This some funky shit.
Absolutely.
Okay.
80s Tokyo jazz. At least that's how they.
This is the best. I hit this shit on like all the little anime fucking pages.
Mm-hmm.
They fucking it up, bro. How are y'all doing? Cause this is the shit. I don't know what the fuck she's saying.
It doesn't matter.
And for y'all, if y'all think I'm bullshitting, like this shit is saved. Like it's.
Oh, I legitimately have plenty of these in my playlist.
It's so much. I got like three albums. Put 3 albums on this whole
As you
day.
should. As you should.
Junko Yagami.
As
Fire.
you should. I definitely have moments where this is just playing in the household. Incense is burning. Some work is going on, being done, and this is in the background.
It's really fire. At the end of the day, though, shout out to us, cause like
the funkiest podcast.
Cause you,
I can't say.
that's.
I was gonna say the funkiest podcast on TGN, but we're not there anymore.
But still, the funkiest podcast. Period. I would say.
Absolutely.
I don't know, man. I'm okay to go to war about that. I just want you niggas play some more funky shit. Funky shit is important.
Funky shit is therapeutic.
Dead ass.
Like music releases just wonderful hormones in your body that just help you feel fantastic.
Like I know there's some out there who might have like maybe tapered off once you heard her talk, which I think is whack because it shit sounded good. But you before she even got to singing, the funky shit gets you moving, man. It make you feel good. Make me feel good.
It was fantastic.
That was such a traumatic film. Oh, make me feel good.
Kind of like her. She got all sentimental and felt all wonderful just from getting squirted in the face.
More anime reference because this character did. She took it in the eye too, which is crazy.
Cried and was thrilled about it.
I always thought that was just like
you need to keep that type of energy.
No, yeah. I mean, I don't think you should have to take it in the eye. I've always thought that was just some cruel shit. But like, nothing wrong with little facial. But like directly in the eye. I remember the first time like seeing like one of those like extreme. I was like, yo, like this shit is cool in spurts. But that let me know I'm like, I couldn't be this horrendous. I was like, you niggas, this is a lot. Like,
there's a lot of villainy that goes on in them spaces.
Yeah, I'm like, nigga, this shit don't see like I don't feel like everybody happy about this. I'm gonna cut this off because this was cool. You had me in the first like that first little minute where it was everybody was and then like you got a little weird at the end, my boy. This don't seem fun. I don't think you should do that.
No more.
Yeah.
In the words of a very wise bald man said when he told others to put respect on his name.
That ass.
No more.
No, and that is arms folded. He has such a tantrum that day. That shit's wild.
No more. I mean, he made some money off of it. He turned it into a song.
That's smart. I mean, you know,
and T-shirts. He monetized it.
What's that shit? Word to joke. Word to bald niggas, man. COE. Although you know some content probably could. I know I say this as a nigga who makes wild content, but you know everything don't need to be made. You could cut some of that shit down. There is stuff I haven't made or I haven't touched. So you know, shout out to me for growth.
Oh, I mean,
I feel like there's stuff I haven't made. Oh yeah, shout out to I don't know you yet. I'm gonna figure out the name and I'm gonna post this. But we got lights, my nigga. So okay, like I appreciate you. This is not a diss. Like constructive criticism is taken. Now, if y'all got any other ideas, we'll try to take them and run with them. But keep in mind, if you say some wild shit, I'm gonna wild shit back. So you know it's cool. But like,
yeah, and everything you suggest us, we're not gonna go and buy it. We just
But he said great, and he led with light. He was like great conversation. Y'all need some better lights. Can't see shit. And I was like, you're right. Light don't have you had nothing for that. We're doing our best.
Ta-da.
So yeah, it's bright than a bitch in here. What's that shit? What was that shit? Blake God lights. And niggas' eyes got small. That's how it was. We cut this shit on here like shrink.
And I'm gonna figure out how to control it through this app in a minute. As soon as I figure out doing what I'm doing, but yeah, I'm gonna make all that happen in some capacity. But yeah, thank you for the constructive criticism. We are growing and evolving and all the other stuff, and a little bit of luck and knowing the right people and connections and community and support, and then ta-da, you got what you need.
Deadass. Shout out to supportive people. Some motherfuckers, when we become like the hugest ever, this motherfuckers ain't ever gonna have to pay to get into shit. Like, wherever I'm at, you niggas in it, 'cause y'all niggas have been nice.
I mean, you charge somebody else extra. That way it covers their pay.
I ain't saying I wouldn't go charge somebody else. I'm just saying.
No, I'm just saying, like, some people may not have to pay, but some people, like...
Boosie out here charging thousands for you niggas to get posts. So, you know what? I respect him for it, because,
We can charge... What's our price to charge people to post?
Right now?
Right now.
It's negotiable DM for it. Yeah, DM will negotiate.
This fact that we are willing to talk to you about it and consider doing it is should be
a white woman with dreads on this show? It's okay. It's okay. This is a show about shit that's not even... Let me back up.
They've been trapped on an island for thousands of years, isolated.
I was like, y'all got it. My bad.
Now, the tricky part is I ain't seen a black person on here. And like I know in all these petrified people, it's supposed to be Japan now.
So I did have that conversation with somebody who was like, wasn't into anime, and it was like, why are there so many characters that whatever? And I'm like, if I'm thinking business wise, I always assume like the appeal, like we're now being very loud and vocal about it. But some of these shows, have been made for like One Piece started in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And we weren't that vocal. So I understand if you like a people who's about business, I want my business to be popping overseas. I'll make some characters that look like the people who are buying my shit. And people who are buying my shit, the people look like me. And
people look like me.
People like me and them over there, the Tom Cruise samurais, the lust hero, they want to buy it. But now we got a few. This the ones in there and I be popping. I really want to be a Zoro fan, but there's this little thing of Zoro fighting, black folks has become a little. I really wanted a Zoro tattoo, but it's getting a little creepy. I want Zoro to fight somebody not black, because Zoro get into it with somebody, man. It's a lot of black. Like, the nigga was in a leather outfit and took his shit off, and I was like, yo, this nigga black. What the fuck? Why does Zoro got the nose for niggas? It's a lot,
He's
man.
the equalizer, I guess. Niggas is threats, maybe? Perhaps.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, Zoro, it's a lot of, every arc, man, it seemed like Zoro would be like, it ain't like he just be like, where they at? But it just seems like when he get to fighting, if there's a black dude on the crew, that's what, I'll say this, though. I think Zoro is like, he just be wanting to smoke with the best. And here's the thing. The nigga who's like, could probably pull off being a captain, but he cool with Luffy, he be fighting the top dogs, and the top dogs be, I don't know. I'm trying to make it positive. Fuck it. Oh, I got black geek positivity. I figured it out. Okay. It ain't got nothing to do with anime, though. But it's not yet. I can't confirm it yet, but I'm like, because I've seen, so I saw Spider-Man like last week. I saw Transformers this week. Mm-hmm. I'm like one or two franchises away. I want to say, I would say Jonathan Majors, but I know he's still in the hot seat. But either way, we're like a couple. I got maybe one or two movies where I'm like, yo, I feel like black people might be single-handedly saving fucking the geek industry, because hear me out before you. Well, I don't know if you mad. Let me get my point off. Because Kang is Kang, and outside of his controversy, that nigga can act. Kang's a fire ass enemy. We were all sitting here like, oh my God, what's happening post Thanos? And when you look at Kang, it's like, holy shit, and that boy can act his ass off.
Right.
So controversy aside, just looking at it from the geek perspective, Miles and them have fucking broke records. Right. Spider-Man goes Spider-Man, but Miles do work. The game does work, and when you look at Transformers now,
we got Toby in there.
Toby's in there now. Hang on, Dominique Fishback's in there. And I forgot dog's name, the super lead. And I want to say he's, because it's getting real black and brown. Absolutely. Super black. Ooh, it's loud. I don't like that at all. There's Anthony Ramos. Okay. There was a gorilla dude in there. Alpha's in that motherfucker. Anyway, sidestep. So he's the main character. It's fucking New York '94. It's mad hip hop. Saw these fucking themes. Obviously, you probably you can tell which parts had a little bit too much white writers on it because it was like they kind of milked it a little bit. There was some shit, but whatever. We in there and we kicking ass and taking names. It was some shit you'd be like, technically that's black, but it's like, hey, that was a little heavy handed. Just hey, my stance was like, just you don't got a heavy hand a lot of shit, but
Don't touch my fubu.
it wasn't that bad. But it was just this little shit. He was like, all right, I see it. We from New York. I got it. Okay, cool. But I will say this one thing because there was an interview that came out and Toby was like, I only had he only filmed for a month, but he was saying when he was really just supposed to be there for the music. Some circumstance happened. They saw him say or do something like, yo, you kind of could probably do this. Do you want to be part of the movie? He was like, I can't be away from my family that long. They're like, fuck it, fly him out here to get busy. For somebody who we have never seen in a film, dog can kind of get he was funny. It seemed natural. It didn't seem like we all know when people kind of translate from different art forms. Nah,
but he's a character though.
Yeah.
He's a character in general. Just through his music and him creating his own visuals with his family, it's top tier in comparison to other people. Creating visuals and being a personality of sorts. Him and Janelle Monáe are kind of
such a fire fucking album, but I don't want to bounce around. But we'll get back to that because that album, titties, man. And if not even, I just feel like I know there was people who have said, "Fuck it, we're here now." I'm gonna come back to Toby though. A lot of conversation online. Yeah, there's a lot of lesbian tones in there, but look, man, I just feel like that's an album for anybody who wants to eat some pussy. So I'm not letting y'all have that. So what? I feel like y'all at the top. This is at the front of the class, but at the back of the class is me. As a cishet man who like to eat pussy too. This album is for all of us who eat pussy. I just don't feel like y'all could just have. I like it too. I'm a lipstick lover. I put some lipstick. Yeah, it's pussy that lipstick. I be sticking these lips down here. We all combined off this. That's all I'm saying. Whatever you identify as, if you eating pussy, I feel like this for us. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, my partners, clearly, I date individuals that are on the spectrum. So
I'm just saying.
I guess I qualify.
The coochie spectrum.
There's a wide. Well, hopefully there's not a wide spectrum.
The pussy continuum.
There's a spectrum.
Mm-hmm. Doctor Who's ass is it?
Doctor Who's is it?
Yeah. Doctor Who's it? Yeah. Doctor Who's is it? Boy, man. One day somebody's gonna. It's not gonna be me. But we're going to pay somebody to curate some shit that we've said on here because we be saying some stuff. I
mean, we're supposed to turn them into T-shirts at some point with merch and whatnot. We'll get there.
Fucking buy them. Anyways, Toby acting his ass off, super duper black in there. And not like the corny kind. It just was I wasn't in New York in 94, but I feel like, it gave you a bit of the vibes. And I just feel like everybody in here can act good. It wasn't super corny acting. But what really got me in there is therapeutic moment, guys, in real time. So we're sitting there, right? And I want to do this without spoiling the film. So there's
spoiler alert.
Okay, yes.
Case, just so if you care about spoilers, this is going to reveal some of the
fucking Super Transformers fan because they exist because this guy was one of those. So when I kind of put it together, at first I was like, I had my little giggle moment. So there's a part where two main characters. It's not a betrayal thing. It was like a thing where you end up having to kill somebody inadvertently. So character ends up having to kind of get rid of another character. And I feel next to me kind of like a little shake. And I'm looking and you could kind of see the dude kind of holding. And then I kind of heard and then as it progressed, the character falls, they die. It was dramatic as fuck. And then the people surround and everybody has their whatever. And I see him have to wipe his glasses and he's crying. And I was oh shit. I had a little, I don't know, I'm not gonna lie, to be honest, me as a full-fledged motherfucker in the field, first 3 seconds of my first 3 seconds, I'm I know this nigga ain't crying. But when I saw him, it was actually kind of touching because I was this is a touching film. And if I'm thinking to myself, in the moment, you're buying into this movie. You are buying in that giant cars and animal robots have feelings. You're in the world. You're fucking logged in. And character dies. You've been connected to this character. You connected to what the fuck they've been going through. And I didn't say it out loud, but I mouthed. I was you fucking cry, bro. I was you fucking cry, man. I was You get your fucking cries. And like I was like really proud of this fucking stranger, man. And I thought about like he was older, so he's he got his he's full salt and pepper. I was like, you've probably been you're transforming way bigger than me. I like them, but you probably
grew up with them.
Yeah,
they're part of your childhood.
You give a shit. Like I'm not gonna lie. I remember fucking Beast Wars. Fucking what a time. But anyways,
Beast Wars.
Yeah, and they say Max. They say Maximize. I lost my shit a little bit. Anyways, yeah, I was like, and I like felt. I was like, you know what? This guy like. I had this whole moment sitting in the theater. I was like, he's older. He grew up in a time where you probably couldn't do this. Look at this motherfucker crying in the movies at his fucking child. I'm like, you fucking cry. I was so proud of this fucking stranger. I was like, you fucking cry, bro, about fucking Optimus and them. And
he allowed himself to express. I think that's one thing that's like therapeutically and non-therapeutically that's dope about geek life or geek culture. Is you just unapologetically allow yourself to express the way that you want to. So if I want to dress up as this character and pantomime all of their moves and attributes and mannerisms and all of that, I just am enamored with them so much that I want to step into being them for a minute. I'm going to do that. And I don't really care what anybody else says, which is wonderful, especially, say, black geeks, male black geeks, because we already struggle with us being allowed to express in general as black men. So small little way to say, like, if you struggle with expression, you can come over to the geek side to where you can just express all you want and nobody judges you.
You can cry in a fucking movie, bro.
And people will, depending on the situation, there's probably going to be like, you cried, I cried too. It's always been one of my favorites.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. I support everybody getting that last part, but I will say, when y'all be posting something like I've said this before, but I found like another one the other day and I thought it was dope. There's this trend where these dudes are like introducing their wives to anime and our wives are taking it fucking serious. That's a good tidbit. And these wives be fucking balling. It was like, and I mean, they're doing like OG, like they're doing like Naruto before the 10-year skip. Like it's not even Shippuden yet. It's like fucking balling when he first gets the fucking scroll and learns how to do shit and his Iruka comes and fucking saves him. And the other guy dies and he's talking all this shit and like him and Ruka finally like initially bond. Wives are fucking losing their shit. That's my favorite trend to watch on the internet because they be fucking invested and then they're in. I saw this dude show his wife. She was watching One Piece all the way up to, it's not a spoiler. Everybody know Ace die. And like as crazy as it's drawn, she fucking loses. And I was like, this is the kind of connective shit this is fucking beautiful.
Somebody that is very supportive in the things that you show interest in.
And now she's in. Like you could tell they're fucking logged in.
Now, will she hijack it is the question.
Possibly. But I don't know that I'm opposed. Well, don't be a dick, but like hijacking sometimes is not like, what was that? There was a video I saw where it was like, they're watching like Star Wars and the wife can like mouth all of fucking Obi-Wan and Anakin's last battle word for word. And I was like, that's fucking hot. That was cool. I would be like, don't do this shit every time I watch this fucking movie though. Sit down somewhere. But every once in a while, I would be like, that's fucking cool.
Big geek turn on. What's one that you have? What's something that can be done in a geeky manner that just
I'm not gonna lie, man. The black women cosplaying, dog. And here's the thing. Here's when I knew I was like really a geek dirtbag. It doesn't have to be the overtly sexual ones. When they just do it like 10 out of 10, I was like, she's fucking cool. Like she's cool as fuck.
The ones that do it, but they're also gym rats.
Oh yeah. Oh. God bless. Yeah, you protect them at all costs. Yeah, for sure. Like I feel like I hope they just never like say like no out, but they're like starting out fucking super good. Like just mad. And also, yeah, I'm not one of those dickheads who's like, tell me what's your favorite fucking episode. If you have like a good general interest and we can, oh yeah, that's fucking cool. Hell yeah.
No, if you actually can sit and watch it without like disliking it, you don't have to know all the characters. You don't have to know everything verbatim. I don't really care. The fact that you just enjoy it and will actually pay attention to it, that's good enough for me.
I've had a couple of those situations where it's like, hey, this is dope. I was like, I fucking appreciate you giving it a shot. I'm gonna watch this. Hey, actually, that's pretty dope. I like that. And this and that. This is actually pretty good medium. I was like, hey, go find your shit. You don't have to watch this thing, but there's like it was a stat. I'm on a lot of geek pages. It was a stat that was like if you tried to watch every anime, it would take you like a lifetime and a half or some shit. So it's something. That's all I'm saying. Is it something? And I'm gonna stand firm in my fucking like contradiction that, because if you tell me to watch whatever the fuck reality show, I'm gonna say it's ass.
You know,
All of them are ass, but a lot of them are ass.
no.
Are all of them ass?
I
like when they go to the food spots and eat crazy stuff. Does that count as reality TV?
I don't think those count as reality TV shows.
Oh.
Those are, I mean, those are
Shit.
food shows.
Those
Or
is,
travel shows.
I like those shows a lot.
Yeah, no, I don't really.
But if you give me I'm not watching no more ultimatums. I just feel like they're all the same show. Once I've watched one seriously and I was like, okay, this is whatever. None of them seem that different. It seems like very rushed shit. It seems like very, really weird ways to look at relationships and so on. All that shit that feeds into y'all. Everybody's fucking bad.
So you don't like Jocelyn versus Amber?
I'm not gonna watch that. No, you know what bothered me about that? They're at ASU, and I was like, man, I was trying to not to have this weird elitist nigga like fucking take on that, but I was like, why the fuck are y'all doing that?
They're at because I don't.
But I stopped
I'm
watching.
putting
I stopped
two and
watching
two
after
together.
Thing.
I haven't watched it. I've seen clips on social media.
On social media, but I didn't go forward to find like out about it. When I saw them doing stuff and there was a fight and it was like ASU, I was like, oh, ASU's a part of this. I was like, I don't want to care. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
This is isn't this the College Hill celebrity thing? Is that what it is?
I think.
I want to say that that's what it is.
I don't understand what that is because I thought College Hill, they were all students that were on like spring break.
Right.
So I don't understand. I don't care. If that's for you, cool. I just died. I don't care. It just doesn't make any sense to me. But
bringing them on campus for a college-esque experience.
I hope ASU's getting checked for it, and I hope it goes to something positive. That's what I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I hope y'all are paying them people for that. I hope y'all are not just having them up there with exposure.
I mean, all them celebrities there, each of them could contribute a small percentage of money, and it would go far.
Pretty much. I'm not saying everybody in there is a millionaire, but I feel like whoever can kick out 100 should kick out 100,000. So whoever can, like, 40 Water set the standard. He gave 100,000. So if you can give 100,000, give 100. If you can give 20, you can give 20. Y'all has shit. Y'all got shit there on y'all person. I know for a fact probably is $10,000. So 100,000
to the music department.
Yeah, if y'all not giving something just to a department, like all of y'all round up what's a fucking there's the PR and whatever the fuck it is that y'all are kind of is even involved around. Y'all should have gave to them. Whoever's here, that department should be able to come and interview us 3 or 4 years from now and say, hey, I thanks for y'all contribution to my department. It helped me be able to blah, blah, blah. If y'all are sitting them fucking things and just, I don't care.
I mean, a lot of them may have a story of like, I was able to do this. And I remember when nobody believed in me and I had to do X, Y, and Z. So now that you are in a position, why don't you give somebody else that opportunity?
Hey, I got to stop sounding like Republicans. I don't agree with giving anybody anything, but the idea of you getting up is so that you can. Everybody, y'all niggas be getting Sankofa tattoos and posts. You reach back with the fucking shit you got, so I can sling this motherfucker forward farther than I was. That's the whole. There's a bunch of quotes about it. It was some fucking quote where I really like. I've been meaning to watch that movie, but I feel like I'm gonna just cry a lot, and I've been ready to cry a whole bunch. But it was it's this movie Ricky Gervais, and I think his dad dies in the movie, and he just it's like one of those dramatic comedy things. But it's him and this white lady sitting on the bench, and I want to say the quote goes, it's something about the world works around just giving kindness to people, and it was like the world is better when like old men plant trees, the shadows of which they know they'll never sit in. Mm-hmm. And it's like, that's the idea. It's like, so you niggas could do that. Like a nigga got it out the mud. Like, I don't care. Make them earn it. You could teach them, but all this fucking, I just feel like sometimes they do. I understand that concept, but some of that shit I feel like could be like adjusted. Don't make nobody, I don't believe in just giving somebody shit, but also like, here's an opportunity so that you are now, your job is to go farther than I did. Because you have now this opportunity to get a leg up.
Yeah, you're just creating resources. You don't even have to like directly give it to somebody and make their life super easier. You're just giving them the ability to have access to something, which is enough. Especially with you saying like y'all got Sankofa tattoos and unks and all this other stuff. Like I don't fully know Amber, but I'm going to use her as an example since I just mentioned her. But you know, her fighting for her blackness to a degree and all this other stuff on the show, and as much as you've appropriated black penises and made a career out of it.
It's been a conversation. I remember like every so often, like years, it's been a conversation. It seems like every couple of years, like her blackness comes up like it's a thing. What is her actual? Is she black?
She's
half black
She's
or whatever?
biracial, if I'm not mistaken. I think her mom is white and her dad is like South African or something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but I know she was raised more with the white side. But for me, it's like seeing the wild transition. Like now you got on the pro-black hoodie and all this other stuff, and you're talking about, yeah, that's a truth that we need to be telling our community, and all this other clips I've seen of the show. But to see that, it's like a few years ago, you was organizing the slut walk and getting tattoos on your head and all this other stuff. Is just, it's a good transition. I don't want to knock her for transitioning and growing and changing and things of that nature, because identity is important, keeping it mental health wise. Identity is super important. The more you learn about yourself and explore about yourself, it definitely helps you to improve who you are and better your mental health. But
Amber Levenchuk. Her father is Irish-Italian descent. Her mother is of Cape Verdean.
yeah, it's the opposite.
And maternal Scottish descent from Ayrshire.
There you go.
Okay.
The opposite.
Go nuts. All right, that's just too much Amber Rose on my phone. But yeah, I mean,
at one point in time, you were excited to have Amber Rose in your phone.
Yeah, it was.
It's like 15, 20 years ago.
Was it 20? It was cool for a while, and then it was like, all of a sudden, right, pretty much after Kanye became a finger in the booty ass nigga, like everybody took a dive after that. Like she got irritating, he got irritating, just one finger broke the Campbell's ass or whatever. It got weird after that.
Like, isn't Wiz raising your child?
Are they not doing the I don't know.
I don't know. I have no idea. But just like, Wiz has matriculated into Father of the Year over this span of time, and you've been kind of all over the place.
Yeah, it's I don't know, man. I sometimes like, not even sometimes. I agree with the old guard where it was like, you niggas shouldn't know me. Like I make this art, and then I don't have to fucking talk to you niggas. Like that shit that Tyler's been saying all week, I respect that shit. Like, y'all fuck with my music. You don't know me. I don't need to talk to y'all. Y'all don't need to see my life. When I'm entertaining y'all, what I choose to give y'all is cool, but you don't fucking know me. And I want that to be understood. Leave me the fuck alone.
I mean, discretion. That's something that we've kind of lost when it comes to social media. And this is the conscious effort or choice now to willingly not participate in discretion. We want to give away any aspect of being discreet to just show every aspect. What I eat, come get dressed with me. This is where we're going. Come with me to get my BBL. Come with me to get my wax and fade. Like
get ready with me. No. Everybody doing that, niggas and everything.
I don't want you to get ready with me, because you know what me getting ready consists of? It consists of me telling you that I'm on the freeway and I'm on my way, when really I'm just now stepping out of the shower and just taking my sweet ass time, because I'm not in a rush to get there. And I don't need everybody to see that. I just need you to see that, like, I'm here. I arrived. I like being a mystery and just kind of popping up, showing face and disappearing, and you'll see me next time you see me. I may be speaking from a personal bias, but it's like we've lost the ability to not care about everybody seeing every aspect of our lives.
I think about that, yeah, from like
and that's our generation did that, because we are the real world flavor of love generation.
Yeah, it's like everything was taken and like ran in the ground. I think like we all watched like Real World, but even that was like supposed to have the idea that you put these people in the house and you just see what happens over the course of whatever. Even some of that is like, what I guess with regular reality TV, it's like you've taken away even the real aspect, because it's like produced,
scripted.
Yeah, it's produced drama, and even the whole like, I know like I'm not trying to just completely shit on influencers' bag, because I guess like I would say in some aspect weird influencer ish dynamic depending on who's looking, whatever. But I understand that I just understand the fucking Tyler approach. Like I feel like if you're an artist, I don't know, man. I know that there's a pressure to be like out and about every fucking where, but I don't know, man. I don't know, when I see the ones that's like really, really getting to it, them niggas be like, here's my shoes. I went to perform today. But I don't really have to like turn my phone to y'all and fucking cry. Mm-hmm. And like, I really feel like it's kind of a G nigga. Like, it's really still, condolences, and it's really a super shit situation. But like, nobody saw DC Young Fly like turn his fucking phone. That nigga dropped a paragraph
after the
funeral and got in there and like handled her passing in the best way that he could.
Which we shouldn't have seen because it looked like somebody recorded it from the rafters. And then
that was unnecessary. I feel like, unless that's what they wanted. But if that's not what the people wanted, I feel like
that looked like a snuck video from somebody's cell phone.
So if that's what happened, I hope they, consequences. That's why I clean that up. I hope, whatever they feel is best for that person, good for them. But, like when even though it was a post that I posted earlier this week, and it was a repost from Carlos, and he was like, nigga, you niggas don't know me. Like, this is my fucking job. Or like, you get up here, you see me for an hour or so on this fucking platform, but you ain't nobody told you to listen to me for real. Like, I give an opinion. So I fuck with that like niggas be like, y'all are not obligated to have access. Thank you for liking what I do. If y'all develop that because there's stories obviously where where even Crit has said something like that. There's people who I've seen at shows since I was doing little shows and like little tiny venues to still show up. Those people have developed like family, but that's a development of relationship. And if I'm trying to make the parallel to like real life, you niggas should learn to be patient. Like everything is not gonna turn into whatever. I promise you. If it sticks, though, I'm not trying to jump super relationshipy, but it applies. Like,
I mean, even if it did,
sit your ass down somewhere.
You still keep a boundary.
Yeah.
Like, even if it's somebody that I've seen them from my very first show, and it's 10 years later, and they still come to shows. They send me fan mail. I don't even know if they really do fan mail anymore, but they send me DMs to kind of let me know, whatever. They let me know that they've been around for quite some time. I still have a level of boundary transparency. Like, you get to see certain aspects of me, and then there's certain aspects you don't get to see with me. There's still a boundary there because although you may be a fan and a really supportive one and a dedicated one, I also like.
Yeah, because, just you can have tiers of people. That's all I'm saying. Like, I gotta. So I don't know. I fuck with that.
Do you think people understand how to actually create tiers of people? Like how to put people in certain categories? And are they okay with not just putting people in categories, but understanding that they too are going to get put in a category?
I don't think everybody does. I think, but I think sometimes that comes with, well, shit. Because it's, I guess a bit if you're looking at it from the celebrity perspective, there's those who, you've been living in the world of celebrity for far so long, and you don't live in real life, and you kind of think you can whatever. But from a fan perspective, because we have access, and you can follow Meg, and maybe one time you say some funny shit, and like Meg interacts. It's not a bunch. Do not act like we have made it, but we've made a couple things, and they got a little bit of traction. And every now and again, somebody somewhere will give it a like, especially if it's something that was made about them. I don't know this nigga. That doesn't mean that I get to fucking, you don't get to turn into a stan. That's fucking unhealthy. Thank you for liking my work. I appreciate, especially, it's cool. That feels good. Like, okay, I made this thing. It's a joke. Hopefully if it fucking runs by them, because it's the internet. So you do have that. It's weird. Like, you're still fucking 1,000 miles away, but I don't know. It's fucking like some sciencey theory that I'm fucking forgetting. You can jump and meet a motherfucker. Like, out of nowhere, algorithms. So cool, but you don't know this nigga, and you should have some fucking wherewithal to be like, hey, I can, that's a good trait to have. Like, hey, it's crazy, man. What if I was, and with all the imagination in my head, I still probably can't fully recognize what that feels like, but what if I was Diddy, and like, I enjoy this thing, but I'm accessible to people. You guys can ride your boat, and I can stop my car, and I can dance for y'all. Don't pull this boat over here. Don't get out of that boat and come talk to me and run on my land. We're having a moment at a distance. Have some fucking decorum.
But then
Like, think if that was you.
I think a lot of people may want that in return. Like they may want people to keep their distance, but they don't realize how they invite the discomfort and the lack of boundaries into their world by their choices, by their decisions.
That's true.
Like you carry yourself in a certain way that is going to get your boundaries violated. And I know that sounds nuts to some people. Please spare me the conversation. But there's certain things that you can do that are contradictory to the boundaries you are trying to set with your external environment.
I would say be prepared at least. Like at the end of the day, if we're gonna stand firm on the concept that no man, that don't get nobody no right, but you gotta understand. Like it's the same shit they say about hip hop. It's like, yeah, nigga, you might not be living that life, but you gotta understand that there are people that are. So you can choose to make the music about this, all this extra shit. And that nigga over there, Lil Peanut, fuck him up. He lives this day to day. He be putting them peanuts on niggas left and right. Pew pew. Lil Peanut, fuck him up 400 because y'all niggas like numbers too at the end.
Numbers and letters.
Yeah, Lil Peanut, fuck him up 400. ABF.
But it's
be loving the fuck niggas up, and you're a millionaire. So does he have a right to pull up on you and whatever? Not necessarily, but you've been saying a lot. And this nigga is in a certain level in his life where, you gotta have to kind of make that make sense. So just move accordingly, I guess.
I mean, so what if, because you use Diddy as an example, and me thinking of Diddy wanting his privacy, one is kind of wild to me because I know he's going to want his privacy in certain areas, but he's also Diddy, so he's going to want the public eye as well.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to want to do his motivational quotes and dances and all that other stuff to kind of give people some hope for a better tomorrow. But then you also do this, do that, and then you choose a city girl as your play toy for right now. Like you're saying one thing and your actions are creating another, in my mind. So it's the same concept. You know that she's going to put everything out. She's very vocal about what she does and how she does it. So if you like your privacy, do you choose a partner that is the complete opposite?
I guess if I'm using the specific Diddy scenario,
as specific as possible because we don't know these people.
Yeah, like I feel like for a
I
Diddy,
hear the parties are wild. We talk about Janelle Monáe parties.
Man, that's probably
I'm sure they could rival.
That's probably such a good time. Like I'm
Him,
obviously
Jamie Foxx and Janelle Monáe are known for having.
And you know what the crazy thing is? Like, obviously, the lusty aspect is there when I said that, but I feel like they're fun. Like, Jamie Foxx makes this party just seem like if you didn't get your dick touched, like, it's a fun fucking time.
With a piece of KFC. Why? Because we're not spending $100,000 on KFC.
No, yeah, I feel like at a Janelle Monáe party, like, I would have moments where I was like, God, it's a lot of fucking titties. But then I feel like I would just have fun. Like, she seems like she would be like fun and be like, oh shit. Forgot your fucking titties was out. We was laughing and shit so much. This is cool, man. Thank y'all for having me.
I'm not super horny, but I'm enjoying myself.
Yeah, I feel like
in a happy, relaxed environment.
Like, yeah, did that make you feel like, oh shit, man, it's fucking 3 a.m. I gotta go home. Man. I stop by tomorrow and check on y'all, man. All right,
you
y'all.
can crash on the couch if you like.
Yeah,
We're all gonna have a group cuddle session and fall asleep here in
y'all
about.
have a good night. Damn, them some big motherfucking areolas. Them shits big. Wow, look at you.
Congratulations.
Sheesh.
Good for you.
That's crazy. Man, get that up off me, man. No disrespect, but just hit me in the motherfucking hip for like 10 minutes right now. We can see I've been trying to sit here and talk and just away. You just not getting a hint.
Sharing is caring.
But I don't know. Yeah, like from a Diddy aspect, it's hard to. Celebrities also make it hard because it's like I don't think there's ever like a way to say Diddy. Diddy is impossible to be like necessarily like irrelevant. But like if I'm Diddy, I'm doing 50,000 things, and I know in the back of my mind part of my projects might be I'm getting back into music. I'm getting back into my R&B label. And also I might just like this girl, but I also need somebody who is her bag to just be vocal. So if we're attached to each other, this is also an engine that kind of works. It works when I make money when I'm sleeping. So she's going to make sure that my name is out there because what she does now, my name gets thrown in there. So whenever maybe 6 months from now, when I finally get done cooking, boom. And I think sometimes people like that, when you look like, even when you see, or hear stories of Diddy like in the studio, you realize how much of this nigga people like really don't know unless you know him. It's like we're getting whatever the fuck he wants to give us. So I feel like there's celebrities I feel like that at a certain stage do that, like give us, and then there's some of them where I'm like, I feel like that's them. Do I have any proof? Fuck no. But, you know, however you feel, like you might feel like, hey, this is a celebrity that just, this is what they got to do. Like, you know, because you could have just literally not fucking told us that. You could have kept that to yourself.
Like Khaled?
A little bit, man, because Khaled sometimes.
Khaled's had them moments where he's just, you just talking. You didn't have to get on here and talk. You didn't have to say anything today.
Because you're in a position where but see, sometimes Khaled fall off too. So sometimes I don't know, because that nigga get like disappearing act. But when I think of the fucking what the fuck are we talking? What are they called? We just talked the reality TV celebrity type people. When they get on there, I'd be like, I feel like this is so we can just pay attention, because like I don't know if you need or don't need to be. I don't know nobody pockets for real, but like sometimes for them I'd be like, I don't know. This seemed like some. I'm gonna just say some shit because I need some shit to kind of pop off, so something.
Like Tyrese.
See, Tyrese, that's what get on my nerves with Tyrese. Because Tyrese is one of the most talented motherfuckers we have. And sometimes when Tyrese get on this internet, I be like, why are you moving like this? I don't know Tyrese for real.
Tyrese just needs severe therapy. And I'm sure honestly, part of me believes that he has been or is somewhat connected to therapeutic settings. And he's just now learning to start to get his shit off in a healthy way. He just can't control it the way he needs to, because he's also going through shit at the same time. Yeah,
because I know he said something about the medications, and that's not true. I'm not giving him Kanye status shit, but you know I don't like it sometimes when motherfuckers say shit that has truth, and then all of a sudden it's like, because that fact what you said makes sense, but I'm putting a lot of whatevers. Because like this last thing with the wife shit. I'm not saying that situation doesn't happen. I think for me is where I'm at is like, you are Tyrese. And you have been fucking Tyrese since you was on that goddamn bus. We have been watching you. You took a fucking DeLorean to space on rinky-dink oil rig parts. I watched you and Ludacris do. You have been the nigga for a long time. You had enough money to look at TGT and say, not for me. So when these moves be happening, I'd be like, oh, gee, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? This is something that I would expect some young goof to make. You saying this, why didn't you fucking vet this girl? You're Tyrese.
I mean, but learning doesn't stop. Because, I mean, that makes me think of Snoop getting caught up with old girl a couple years back, sending her man, they weren't nudes that he sent, but whatever. He was sending her bathroom pics. Like, you're a grandfather. Why are you sending her selfies? Trying to solicit whatever, and a goofy one at that, like not a legitimate one, but you send it to a goof that is a known. I don't want to kink shame here, even though it's not really a kink thing, but she's known in the industry for being a particular type of individual, and you incriminated yourself. You was a vet in the game. You've been talking, half of your discography talks about pimping. How did you make that mistake? But again, talking about something one way and making decisions that are completely contradictory to what you actually say and believe. Now, if that's just who you are, like Zion. Clearly,
oh my God. I think Zion enjoys paying for shit from the way this shit looking like. Zion say, where is that?
He's like, I want to go broke. I want to go broke just doing terrible things, just investing in unsavory situations just because I like being able to trick all this money.
Hey, look, man, I know we get up here.
He wants to be the best Marcus Russell.
This is a fatherhood moment, man. Like,
do we have fatherhood moment music?
What's a good?
Oh, Will Smith, just the two of us. You got the instrumental.
Nah, that's too happy. I need some.
You need some. You can play Problem Weekend Father.
What's that? What's one of these fucking? I need you niggas.
Sit down, come to Jesus moment.
Yeah, sit down. Sit down.
Hey,
I just because.
Hey, can you come in here? Hey.
Yeah, grab
you busy? No, you're not.
A seat.
Go ahead, have a seat. Sit down right there. I need to talk to you.
You want something to drink? No, I just want to talk to you because I know a lot of y'all. And You know, somebody somewhere might say one of us is on deck because, you know, a lot out of the friend groups, it's dwindling about who. But when we have these kids, and, you know, niggas be happy you had a sons, and it's good. You got a little mini me, like I know what I went through, and I know what my father went through, and I'm supposed to be the better. I can do this in a different way. You got him. You're taking him to ball practice, baseball, basketball, whatever the fuck. And we just taking this motherfucker to practice all the time. Like when you take him home, you know what I'm saying? Like on those drives home after the game, win, loss, these things are there to teach life lessons because life is bigger than ball. Ball is not life. Listen to me again. Ball, unfortunately, is not life. Fortunately, it's not life because there's a window of time that you will play ball, and then you got life to live. And I just feel like y'all are not teaching these niggas about life. I understand, you know, Oaks Christian is Oaks Christian, but even if you take the boy and he's a top-ranked athlete sophomore year, there's no reason he shouldn't know how to move on Crenshaw. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I mean, we could say the same thing. JADA.
Exactly.
The whole generation. They're just making Zion out here tricking his money away. JA's out here. I mean, he's tricking his money away too, but he's tricking it in a different capacity.
You not tough, boy. You went and it's okay. It is.
Y'all can be Bronny.
Talk like that's what I'm saying, bro. Like if we're done to do the fatherhood thing, you have the father conversations. Do these type of niggas exist? Yes. Y'all, we all sat up. My father had the Winmore balls. We all sat up and watched fucking Boys in the Hood. You can absolutely be a preachy ass fucking Lawrence Fishburne. Yo, they out. Let me tell you why they outside like that. Let me tell you the shelf life of the fucking lifestyle they leading. Let me explain. Let me just really, really, like, as a dude has, like, my father was fully in the correction system, like, as an employee. Didn't pull any punches. Like, you can do that. That's all I'm saying. I'm not knocking niggas who's living life, but understand, nigga, like, if you didn't do that, like, you can teach him that. Like, you don't have to just teach him how to hoop. Do both. You've literally got him for his entire life.
Might have to pause.
Oh, yeah.
Pause that for a second.
Out of here. But I said what I said.
Can you pause it? Pick it up.
And let's see, are we back? Yeah, we're in.
We are.
This is going to look so when I cut this shit, but.
It's like, oh, yeah, ding.
Yeah.
Ding. And we're back.
Niggas don't want tickets.
Nah, honestly, I don't think it's not a matter of really getting a ticket or a toad or nothing like that. Cause
this is my whole spot. I'm like, you got one card on me. I'm just relaxed. But, you know, shout out to her. Cause
she was down there?
Yeah, whoever the lady spot is. Because I'll be taking spots when I pull up over here.
Yeah. Some of the spots have been empty for years. So I don't know whose spot is what, which one's open and which one's not.
I'm starting to figure out which one's is which, but I just picked the wrong one. Because there's a couple over there on the side that I'll be parking at that's like never here.
Yeah.
But
I think it's like 2 or 3 of them that just, nobody's been in them for years, but I wasn't down there to see which one you took this time.
This is going to make it short, boy, though, because I still got to go, be a productive part of society.
Oh, yeah.
But how we work to couple this all together, because Zion making choices.
Tyrese making choices. Diddy making choices. Everybody got choices.
Are OnlyFans girls like mixtape niggas now? I be seeing a lot of bios in the fucking in the things.
I don't know, yeah.
Because there's some heavy hitters, but it was like for every, during the mixtape ever, for every
everybody had a mixtape. Everybody still does, to be honest with you, because people just try to send you the link to their SoundCloud or something like that.
Exactly. So remember, for every time you went and hit a Wale, there was 40 niggas that was just hey, check out my shit. I feel like we look at
everybody at Venice Beach.
Yeah, I feel like for every 300 K, check out my OnlyFans thing. I'm like, hey, yeah. Like they like are they just the new? I just feel like everybody got a link in it. But I'm like, damn. I'm not gonna lie. It's been people like, I know you. What the fuck is you doing?
It's so many people. I've said it before. Like these days, ladies are just graduating high school with OnlyFans. Like soon as they get diploma in hand, they immediately, I turned 19 now.
I guess maybe that's because I'm making a joke. Like, you do whatever you need to do to fucking fund your lifestyle. But it just be like, damn, did you try anything else first? Like if a nigga say like, yeah, I just started rapping. I was like, dog, you like 3 credits shy of a fucking degree in like accounting, my dick. You didn't want to try it? You didn't want to fucking
or just finish it as a I don't want to say as a backup plan, but like you could finish your degree, big dog.
Yeah, that would be killing. That should just be like, I'd be thinking to myself, I'm like, shit, the debt there, you might as well walk across the fucking
You might as well. I back and forth. I can't understand somebody being like, yeah, I just figured that this wasn't for me, so I just went ahead and about face in a different direction. I can kind of understand that, but if I'm going into debt and I am almost done with something, I will finish that first and utilize that as a stepping stone to the next thing. I'm not going to leave my progress completely abandoned and not make something out of it.
I mean, that's kind of my journey. I definitely didn't use the political science part, but it did jet set me into where I'm at today. But I'm with the about face. Would be killing me with the about face is like, I just feel like I believe 100% in you could be 50 years old and want to turn it around and do some other shit. My only qualm is like, I just don't like it. Okay, what's option 2? Well, I know I just don't like it. Okay, it's a little dangerous. It's a little dangerous.
Option 2 is going to be something that everybody else is doing, which I'm not a fan of. Like I get hustling, I get trying to make a way. Everybody can't turn to the same 3-4 things when it comes to like, I'm gonna do this until I figure it out, or this is gonna be I'm gonna put all my eggs in this basket. Like, be in tune enough with yourself to figure out what your talents actually are.
Especially when it's people doing it well. I know, like, I'm gonna keep it with the OnlyFans shit. In my mind, like when I hear, okay, I just feel like, I know it's a good joke, but I just feel like there's so many women stepping on cakes now, anonymously. Like if you the feet dude, if you gonna beat out those women, they gotta know who the feet attached to. So there goes your anonymity. And at a certain point, you'd be like, damn, all us up here with feet, we only making, whatever. If you want to make the big bucks, you should have booty hoop.
Get out there,
you should
put my feet on the dang thing and step on some cake. Like with feet, if somebody got a foot fetish, like anybody can have feet.
I'll shave these motherfucking calves today. Shins be smooth in a bitch.
Well,
Yeah. That's all I'm saying. I'm not, if you, get your money, man. Yes, I am. But but I don't know, man. Zion and them is dumb to me. I don't get it. I'm not that rich, so it just don't make no sense because I promise you, I'm not even talking about me. There's a nigga out right now as we speak. This is a big apartment building, right? There's a couple apartment buildings like all up and down the street. At every apartment building, there's at least 2 niggas in there. They ain't got no job.
I'm pretty sure
they got a few questionable kids out there that's, at least it's questionable. At the least it's questionable, but pretty confirmed.
That's fair.
They got some other questionable fucking activities they into. Aren't contributing nothing, and they are knocking the doonies. You understand? They're getting their dick sucked, without asking. They just, you want some, just, I just don't feel like you have to do that. You just don't have to do that. That's all I'm saying. You don't have to do that. It's a weird standard to set, and I just don't know that
some of them are getting it because they're aspiring, insert whatever stereotypical. But when he make it, he gonna make sure that he gonna take care of me because I'm gonna be
goofs. But here, the hassle.
Saying one thing and making decisions and having certain boundaries and behavior that are contradictory to what you're saying.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Because the hassle, what hassle? Y'all are they know you when word the Ocho. The women have done their Googles. Absolutely. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, I know he's 22, but I think either way, come on, man. Like, you got no uncles. You don't got nobody to go, hey, my boy. Like, what you?
But Zion
20,000?
Zion has been Zion.
There's 20,000 asses that you could eat for free before you got to pay somebody 20,000 to eat an ass.
Well, my thing for him would be, you went to college. you were on a college campus with an illustrious college with profound thinkers, like not like some small time college that's just known for only being good at athletics.
I think Joe and them just something about that. Because when he go to like Duke,
He went to Duke.
it must not be no coochie. It ain't no coochie.
It's
It ain't no ass to do. Because I'm like, man, it don't make no sense to me.
it's in DC.
That's a good point. I'm trying.
You're not far from Chocolate City, big dog, like you.
Yeah, it don't make no sense to be completely
It's a little,
honest with
this
you,
is just a
'cause-
little drive, and you at Howard. Even if you didn't have none on campus,
And
like,
you've been Zion for a while. It's not
you've been
making
Zion
sense.
since high school.
Yeah, you've been Zion for a while. I don't know, man. It really don't make no sense to me.
You had a target on your back from 16. You should know by now.
You need your OGs. Wisdom is needed. Guidance
He's signed to Jordan,
guidance
which
is
you would think that would be a good person, but I don't think Jordan's a good
You know what? That's the title. Guidance is necessary.
proper guidance.
Proper guidance.
Because he's the few pictures that I saw, he was dressing like Jordan too, and that was just not
That's how we.
it's
Yep.
unfortunate.
Yeah. On that note, you dress. Woo.
Next week is Juneteenth, correct?
Yep.
So that means next week y'all should be celebrating, the real reason for this month. It's Mental Health Awareness Month for men's Mental Health Awareness Month, but it's also Juneteenth month. We're really supposed to be like amping it up this month with the pro-black, Afrocentric, Pan-Africanisms and all of that this month, but for sure starting next week, because some of y'all have been lackluster on it so far, but for sure next week we're gonna amp it up. We got all the birthdays out the way, the thick LA brunches with the big mamas out there. We done got all the fun for this, but next week, starting tomorrow, really, is Juneteenth. So y'all get your black on. I don't hear no shit now. I don't hear no shit. We gonna check in with y'all next week and see if y'all was on y'all shit. Cause we gonna see. He gonna post a lot of stuff this week. And I'm sure some of that's gonna be pro-blackness. And we gonna see how y'all respond to it during Juneteenth month.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hear no shit now. Have we posted any Pride stuff? I don't think we've posted much Pride stuff so far.
No, outside of that, I think that like little joking Kevin Gates thing.
Yeah, we haven't really touched Pride too much. But beside from that, Juneteenth month.
We said some things, but I'll post some stuff.
There's a couple things.
I've been trying to wait till I finish this book. I was reading. I just picked like this book, like Black Leopard, Red Wolf. It's I was like, oh hey, black fantasy book, super gay. So if you're looking for like a gay, it's a lot of butt fucking. Like it's
Are they descriptive, or they just said that they did the deed?
No, it's a lot of like niggas is grabbing dicks. Like it's gay. Like no, like it's this, and they're fucking kicking ass though. Like kicking ass and it's ass fucking, and it's a lot of like queer, gender bending stuff, themes.
Book about ancient Greece.
It'll be a book to be like ancient Greece. Let me show you motherfuckers where you got it from. You thought you niggas was fucking like we fucking it. That's the book. And it's like fantasy stuff. People turn into leopards. There's witches, ogres,
Mysticism
whole bunch of shit.
and queerness.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Okay.
So if you want some gay reads, boom. All right, bye.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, now we're gone. I was almost gone, but
No,
yeah.
they pulled you in. Perfect timing. Huh?
All right. Listen to Janelle Monáe too.